Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're unpacking a really surprising botanical discovery that completely shifted a seasoned gardener's perspective. We're going to be looking at unexpected beauty, some pretty harsh cultivation realities, and the profound, simple joy of horticultural knowledge. If you've ever held a strict preference for certain aesthetics in your own garden, well, prepare to see how quickly a single splash of brilliant color can totally change a landscape designer's mind. Welcome to The Explainer.
To set the stage for us, our source material today comes from a gardener named Ang, who documented this whole journey in a blog called Notes on Gardening. Now, look at this incredibly blunt opening confession. While I'm not into palm trees, Ang actually admits to keeping just a single areca-palm, and get this, it's strictly just a placeholder for evaluation purposes. So it is absolutely safe to say that palms were nowhere near the top of this gardener's priority list.
Section 1. An unexpected garden discovery.
As with so many great discoveries, this one happened entirely by chance. Ang was on an educational field trip explicitly to study garden design. They were absolutely not there to find a new plant to obsess over, and they certainly weren't looking for a palm tree. But, well, the garden environment had other plans. The culprit behind this sudden, massive change of heart was the red sealing wax palm, scientifically known as cyrtostachys-renda. Seeing this striking plant in person literally stopped Ang in their tracks, making them actively reconsider their firm stance against getting a palm.
Section 2. The Scarlet Allure.
Now, to really understand what makes this plant so absolutely captivating, we have to look closely at its anatomy, specifically its crown shafts. By definition, a crown shaft is a smooth, cylindrical column of tightly wrapped leaf bases. But here's the kicker. On the red sealing wax palm, these aren't your standard, everyday green or brown. No way. They are remarkably bright, vibrant red. It perfectly mirrors old-fashioned red sealing wax, which is what makes this palm a highly distinctive, absolute showstopper.
And because of this highly distinctive appearance and those unmistakable scarlet leaf stalks, the plant acts as a massive visual anchor. As Anne points out, if you are trying to build a tropical theme for your garden collection, the red sealing wax palm is universally considered an ideal addition. It just instantly delivers that lush, vibrant jungle vibe that designers are constantly striving for. It's a real game changer.
Section 3. The Painfully Slow Reality.
But hold on, before you rush out to buy seeds and completely transform your backyard, we need a pragmatic reality check. Raising a cyrtostachys-renda is definitely not for the faint of heart. Guess what its entire yearly growth rate is? Just a few centimeters. It is painfully, agonizingly slow. You plant it, you water it meticulously, you wait a whole entire year, and it has barely moved upward. It's a comedic yet dramatic reality check for anyone seeking a quick landscape transformation.
Because of this sluggish crawl, Ang poetically notes that it will take, quote, quite some moons for this palm to ever reach a mature, impressive size. Cultivating this plant from scratch demands extreme, unwavering patience from the gardener. It is literally an exercise in a long-term, multi-year commitment to a single living organism.
Section 4. The Mature Plant Dilemma.
And this brilliantly illustrates a gardener's ultimate catch-22. Logically, you might be thinking, hey, I'll just skip the wait entirely and buy a fully grown tree. Well, growing from scratch is incredibly cheap, but it costs you many moons of your life to see any real results. On the flip side, buying a mature plant skips the wait, but it incurs significantly higher financial costs. And more importantly, it requires a highly specific microclimate and deep horticultural knowledge to actually keep the thing alive once you bring it home.
Section 5. Final Gardening Takeaways.
After deeply weighing the sheer beauty of the plant against those demanding realities of its cultivation, the time, the money, the specific climate needs, Ang lands on a really thoughtful conclusion. Actually, it's quite beautiful. Even without enduring the slow growth or the high costs of planting one, learning about the red sealing wax palm is inherently valuable. The knowledge itself is the reward. If they ever encounter this stunning plant again, they can confidently, correctly identify it and appreciate it on a much deeper level.
So, what does this all mean for us? That brings us to the end of our explainer, but I really want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. Do you have the patience and the specific microclimate required for the scarlet palm? It's a beautiful challenge that asks you to honestly assess your own gardening capabilities, your local environment, and your willingness to wait quite some moons for a single splash of brilliant red in your life. Thank you so much for joining me on this botanical deep dive. And remember, always keep learning.